Hi, everyone. Welcome. I am Nick.
And I'm Jean-Luc.
And we are the Wellness Warriors. Thank you so much for joining us on this Sunday, July 25th in a sunny Toronto.
It's Christmas in July.
Christmas in July.
You should have decorated.
I know. I didn't get you a gift. My gift to you is me. My gift to you is me. Here, just there you go. I'm your gift.
I was gonna say something, but I'll keep it to myself.
So glad to have you.
I'll unwrap my gift later.
Yeah, not on camera. Not on camera, please. I don't want to show any of. This is all I want to show on camera.
Although he did come up to me earlier and he was put this top on and he showed me the shorts that he was gonna wear with it. He's like, "I'm doing clashing colors today." I'm like, "Oh, please don't," because it was hard to look at. I'm like, "Please don't."
I still try to look fashionable. He's taught me how to be less clashy, which was something I used to do all the time back in the day. So today's word of the week is actually going to be, I think I said love. Yes, the word love.
I love it.
Love it. So let's take
a
sip every time we say the word love tonight.
I'm hoping we're going to say love a lot.
Yeah, because love is great. Love is love.
Love is needed.
Yeah, exactly. And it kind of ties into Bill's blog of the week, which we'll talk about as well with you guys, because he came up with a lot of very key messages in that post, and we thought we'd talk to you guys about it. Also, something that's coming up, we are actually at 9,940 on YouTube.
9,940 subscribers. We are 60 away from 10,000, which is like...
Every day on the group, I've been posting like, "Oh, we're at this," and everyone's like, "I thought I was subscribed," and we've had so many people saying, "I thought I was subscribed." Right? I'm like, thank God I posted, because I mean, everybody assumed they were and they weren't. So I'm so glad.
So we love every single one of you who has subscribed
to our YouTube channel. I know it's so hard to drink with the thing.
It is. It's very awkward.
I need a straw. There's no straw.
No, there's no straw.
I'll go get a straw after.
No, there's some in there.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll
okay,
get it
them
after.
Okay.
Right, when we have a break.
So again, thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you for being here on Sundays. We're at 7,500 on our Facebook group now. No, we're trying to get there. We're trying to get there. So almost at 7,500 in Facebook, which is awesome.
Yeah.
You know what? The more people we bring together, the stronger we become, right?
What we've discovered is as each time we're adding someone new to the group or to our group on Zoom or to a body step, anything we're doing, it feels that new person adds a new facet to the whole group and perspective. And we're enjoying the fact that we're getting all these new people, because it's like, first of all, some of them don't even know we exist. Yeah. So they come into the group, they're like, "What's this all about?" And then start messaging us and like, "What's this?" Like, "Well, this is what we do." And then they start participating, start coming to the Zoom meetings, and they start getting engrossed into everything you guys have been doing for a year now. So it's so much fun to see new people trying to do it.
But what I also love about it is you get to do as much or as little as you want.
Yeah.
That's so important. I want people to realize that. I want people to know that if you're not one of the big posters, or you're not one of the people that likes to go on video, or if you are one of those people, we encourage you to do what you want to do. I think that's what's so important about this community, and that we agree to disagree sometimes, because we're allowed to have different opinions.
But we all love each other.
We do it with kindness and respect, and I think that's what's so important. And that's what I love about this group, is how kind and respectful we are to each other.
Exactly. And you know what? That's what we wanted to create from the beginning. It's a community that all of us can feel like we're needed, feel like we're inspired, feel like we're helping others as well. Because you know what? As much fun as it is to feel that you're being inspired by others, when you start inspiring others yourself, those feelings as well are important. And we love that our group gives that opportunity for people like Arlene, who shared her transformation pictures, Rosie's videos, Kim's videos, everyone who's posted the jokes, the thoughts, Patricia's thoughts,
Patricia's moments, exactly.
Yeah.
Patricia's
like the recipes from Jacqueline that she's been trying her recipes recently, and she's been posting all of those. Everybody's added benefits or added information and posts just create this whole community, and we're just so proud of all of it. So we're just glad to have.
We love you guys.
We love you all.
We love you all.
Yes, we love you all.
We're getting all mushy right now, but we do. We absolutely adore you guys, and you make us better people, and we thank you for that.
So the first thing I think we want to talk about is our weigh-in this week. So you guys know last week we were at Jean-Luc's mom. You guys saw us weigh in live from his mom's place. We both gained weight. Jean-Luc was a little less, 0.6.
I was at 0.6 last week.
I was at 4 pounds, I think, last week.
Yeah.
This week, we came home, all good intentions. Let's get back on track and stay within our points. Day 1 didn't happen. Day 2 didn't happen. It hasn't happened all week. We're honest with you guys.
we've done it differently though, because we have not brought any snacks into the house, like none of our crackers that we normally have. We've been buying more fruit. So a lot of the stuff we're overeating on
It's
right
fruit
now
and
is
popcorn.
fruit and popcorn. We're eating a lot of popcorn.
Yeah.
We've
So
had
that
a
was
lot
the
of
one
popcorn.
thing that we had to. We just couldn't get back to track. We've told you guys it's one of the biggest things we struggle with. For us, tracking is I know for a lot of people it's the easiest thing, but for us it's the hardest thing. For us, going for a walk, and right now, like I'm like, okay, let's go. It's
let's
easy.
do it.
Like we can do that, no problem. And for other people, going for that walk is the tough thing. So you have to understand, all of us have different things that we struggle with, and for us, it's tracking. Will we try this week to do it again? Yes,
definitely.
We're not going to stop trying.
Well, I posted a video that I found not that long. It was a memory, and it was in our back. It was in our house when we lived in a house, and I was sitting on the couch doing Jello shots with some family members that I had never met before. Like I knew them; they were my cousins, but they lived in Mississauga, not far from us. They came over for a summer party. First time I technically met them, and I was probably around 200 and I would say at least 90 pounds in that video, if not more. I don't remember. And I look at myself now, and I said it. I'm 10 pounds over goal right now, but I'm not where I was when I started. And even if my number or that number on that scale was there, my mindset is so important. And if your mindset is not at the same place as your number on the scale, why are you letting the number destroy you?
Were you guys paying attention to our song when we weighed in this week? Did you guys listen to the lyrics of what we said? What's the scale got to do with it? Why does a number affect us so much? And so we still weigh in every single week on Saturdays, no matter what, because we will always have to do this journey for the rest of our lives. And so for us, even if I eat a whole horse on Friday night, I'm going to weigh in on Saturday and gain that 10 pounds because I ate the horse. I'm going to live with the consequences. But what that does for me is that the next following week, if I tend to lose weight, it encourages me because, again, I'll keep going. And that's the thing. Like for us, the scale is no longer what's measuring our success because it's no longer driving our journey. It's no longer the number on the scale. Like, for example, today, this show, right before we started, I turned to Jean-Luc and said, you know what? Recently, I've been feeling a little bigger. I'm up 10 pounds.
The F word, guys.
I use the F word.
Not fit, but the one with the A in the middle. Fat.
But I've said that recently. But what am I wearing right now? My size 32 shorts. One of my smallest size of shorts are on right now. So really, that 10 pounds, should I be mad at myself that I'm having a good time? It's summer. I'm seeing more people. I'm enjoying life a little bit more. No, I'm okay. My shorts still fit. I'm still doing the best I can every day. I'm still working out. I'm still eating healthy fruits, healthy meals, vegetables. So why get mad at myself? And that's what that's what we always try to ingrain in all of your minds as well, because a lot of us punish ourselves.
Well, and it's so funny because it is very relatable to what Bill said in his blog, where he's saying
all about self-love.
You need to love yourself from the start. Don't go saying, I'm going to love myself when I meet my goal weight or when I get to a specific number, because I know that part, because because by doing that, you're not including the success that you've achieved by getting there.
Yeah.
And you're not loving that process, which you need to love.
A lot of us wait till that final moment to be happy. But I hate to tell you this, guys, if you're waiting for that final moment, I've never had the final moment I've always wanted. And I'll explain to you why I mean that. My final moment when I was 15 years old or 18 years old was I would love to get to a point where I'm thin, have muscles, abs. Can I get there now? No. So my original vision of what I wanted to look at can't happen. So am I going to be mad at myself because I've not gotten there, or hate myself because I've not gotten there? No. I love myself who I am now. So when I started, and I will have to be honest, because we didn't love ourselves back then. Like, we're completely honest. We'll be honest with you guys. We did not love ourselves back then.
We maybe loved pieces of ourselves.
It happened along the way. And that's why we're trying to explain to you guys. If you're starting your journey today and you don't have that love for yourself, it's okay. It happens. You need to start working on loving yourself. And that's why we talk about the positive reinforcement, saying nice things to yourself, looking at what you're doing right instead of what you're doing wrong, and emphasizing those things so that eventually your self-talk will be more positive and more loving of yourself. I said love.
Yep.
Than disliking yourself. And that's what we had to learn. And so if you're going through this journey right now and you're struggling with your self-love, if you're struggling with who you love as yourself, look at Bill's blog. He put in actual exercises in there to help you get through and start realizing this way to turn that around, turn that negative talk to yourself and make it more of a positive.
Well, I say it all the time. Look at the words you use, and it's start analyzing how you speak to yourself.
Thank you, Lisa. I saw the question. We will answer it. Thank you.
Yeah.
So Lisa asked a question, and Rennie asked it as well in chat. They asked, what prevents us from tracking? Laziness. Complete laziness.
1000%.
We track, and we've explained before, how do we track?
Bulk tracking.
We
track the laziest way ever, so we should not have an excuse not to track.
But we are lazy in terms of tracking. It's funny because you guys look at us and say, you're lazy. You guys go for walks. You run around. You're doing 16 shows. You do all this stuff. But for some reason, tracking is the one thing that we can't seem to be able to get a handle on all the time.
And when we do it well.
Well, it's just we always...
You know what? I think that's the one thing you guys just made me realize.
Because when we don't do it well...
We've never applied the 80-20 rule to tracking.
We have. It was always saying we were going to track or not. That's the 80-20. But
So
we never
that's more
said
of a
our
50-50.
80-20 is... No, you're saying now your tracking should be 80-20.
Yeah.
So if I track today, it's okay, but tomorrow...
No, I'm thinking a daily 80-20 of tracking. So at least track 80% is better than 0. And we're tracking we're doing about... Okay, honestly, we start to track, and by midway, at one point, one of us either forgets to do it, and then it goes out the door. That's the honest truth about it.
Yeah.
That's the honest truth about it.
And no matter what, we always go back to it, though. And
I
that's
saw
the
that,
thing.
Patricia.
And that's the thing. We always go back to it because what happens is after a few weeks, we realize we need to go back to it. We start again, and then usually we last for a while. This week, it didn't happen. We tried every day to track. It didn't last all day, but we're on. We could have came on today and said, "Oh yeah, everyone, we've been tracking all week.
Oh, yeah,
that's why I'm down a pound." We're being honest. I know a lot of people are looking, but you guys are Jean-Luc and Nick. You guys have done this.
We're not experts.
We're not experts. We're not perfect.
Far from it.
And so, if you are going through this and you have those days, it's okay. They happen. Pre-track. The problem with pre-tracking is we don't know what we eat right ahead of time. That's a problem. We always we're very oh, we're gonna have this now. Track.
It's so true. That is very, very, very true.
We'll find a way. We'll find a way because we want to do it. It's just...
You know what, too? We know our cycle. Yeah. And we know that right now, our summer is not is never our mode of, we're on...
We're not in weight loss mode in summer.
Yeah.
That's the difference. So we've talked about our yearly cycles, and I think you want to kind of explain it?
Yeah, the fact that we know when there are times in our lives where we might be...
losing weight.
Yeah, where we want to lose weight, or we feel like, okay, yeah, we need to be on our losing cycle or our losing moment where we focus, we are better trackers, we make better decisions, better choices. But then there's parts and times in our life where we're maybe a little bit more laid back.
And it's usually based on the seasons. January to June, we don't go out much. We don't like winter. We don't tend to go out and have dinners with friends because we tend to stay home. So we lose weight from January to June regularly every single year. That's been ongoing even before we got to this journey now. That was always the time of year we lost weight. June arrived. Back in the day, we'd start gaining weight or maintaining. And what would happen is because we were losing, we would quit. And then when September would happen, we wouldn't do anything for the rest of the year because we thought, it's not working anymore. Why bother? We realized last year that our summer time frame is a maintenance time frame.
Yeah.
We don't try to lose weight in the summer. We know that we've never ever been able to do it since the beginning of trying to lose weight from when we were trying years ago. We've never been able to in the summer, but we embraced the maintenance of it all. We're embracing the fact that as you've been seeing on our weights, it's been going up and down, up and down. And that's what we're trying to maintain in summer. September is going to hit. Back in the day, September, because we never did anything in the summer, September became whatever. Why start now? Might as well just do whatever we want. And we would eat anything we wanted from September to December, start back up in January. That was our cycle. Since last year, the year 2018, 2019, we started now when summer's ended, losing again. Why? Because we stopped being so mad at ourselves for not losing in the summer. We used to get so angry that we're doing so well, we're tracking and everything. Yeah, we're going out and having a bit more drinks, we're meeting friends, but we're tracking it all. Why am I not losing weight? And it's because we're enjoying life. We're having friends. We're having friends over. We're doing dinners with them. We're doing drinks and friends. And so what ends up happening is we don't lose weight.
Well, we also sit here and look at ourselves and go and realize that we've made forever changing habits that have allowed us to be able to manage our seasons in that sense. And the fact that we've accepted that and we don't get angry at ourselves and don't allow these things to impede us, don't make us tread past where our thresholds are.
Because what happens when you're trying something for so long and it's not working, you tell yourself it's not working and you quit.
Yeah.
And what that did for us all the time is we did quit every single time because it wasn't working in the summer. By realizing that we're not going to lose weight in the summer and by being okay with it
and accepting
that, we get to the end of summer and saying, we accepted it. September's here. We're doing less stuff with family, less drinks, less going out. Let's refocus more so now, really track, really do everything correctly. And then we start, and we've been losing weight now in the fall consistently the last 2 years. Again, you have to learn your cycles. You have to learn your body. If you're
and I'm going to be honest, we don't do this for free membership anymore.
No.
I will tell you this right now. I'm going to say this as a member of WW.
It's not our driving force. And we still are paying members.
And we are still paying members.
Right now we're over goal, so we're paying members.
Well, no, we're still okay because
they extended us till September for lifetime. But once we have to go way in the studio, we'll start paying again.
But our thing is we're going to start paying again. But when we go over, we're going to, and if we make it back to goal again and we have to pay again, we will. This has now become what we do because we're going to be doing it
forever.
The long run, and allowed us to feel okay with our bodies maybe fluctuating a little bit and not feeling like I need to be stuck at that one weight and be so hard on myself where I feel like I'm not even living anymore.
Yeah.
Right? And that's how it works for us, at least.
Yeah, that's what works for us. And I got a question in chat here from Marion, and I love the question. She said, what are the red flags that you both have to look for when you're aware that it runs away from you? We have what we call a weight range.
Our threshold.
So my weight range is 170 to 180. Last week I weighed in at 180.6. That was a red flag for me. This week I went back down. I'm good. Jean-Luc's is 185.
185, and I'm exactly at 185 right now.
So that's our red flag. So we know right now that we're trying. We have to do something. We're refocusing. We're gonna be tracking.
And it's again a learning experience because we haven't seen people in months. We're now finally able to go see people. So how am I now that again we went and saw my mom last weekend. We're going again this weekend. We're leaving again this weekend to see my mom. We've spoken to my mom this time, and hopefully there's not like butter tarts and Rice Krispies.
She's watching.
Love you, Mom. Love you.
She's watching.
Love you. But you know what I mean? But why am I need to take control over it. So I'm not going to get upset with what the decisions I make. I'm going to just do what I need to do after in order to get back. So I'm going to go enjoy what Mom makes for me still. I have to. I haven't seen her in 9 months. And if her way of saying, this is what I'm making for you because it's my way of saying thank you for everything you've done to me, I'm going to say, no, I can't eat that, Mom. No. So I've now made that decision to allow that to happen. I now have to also make the decision to change that process and say, okay, it's now time for me to focus. And I can do it on my time, not on somebody else's time.
Yeah. And so we know we are at our thresholds and we are going to refocus and we are going
Mom,
to do.
Did you hear that?
she's on this microphone.
Yeah, I know. That's why I went down here.
Yeah. So for us, and this is our philosophy. Of course, everyone is different. You all do your own journey as your own way. We just want to share with you guys what we always went through because it often led us to quitting. And being so doubtful or so negative with ourselves always led us down that path. So by embracing on our imperfectness,
and I think
loving
our imperfections, and not only that, I think what we're trying to stress as well is you might be doing something right now that works for you. You just need to figure it out and lay it out for yourself and keep doing it over and over again. But if you're doing something and it's not working for you, try something new. Try something different.
Hi, Sue.
Hi, guys. How are you?
We can't hear you. Or speakers.
It could be us.
Could be us.
Because I think everyone else can hear you. So give me 1 second.
Hello, I'm gonna go get water. Sing them a song.
So while I'm fixing the speaker, how you doing, Sue?
I'm
I
good.
can't hear you, so just fill everybody else in the internet world how you're doing.
Oh, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. So you can't hear me, right?
Not yet. It's still trying
That's
to hear you.
hilarious.
Anyway.
There we go. I can hear you.
We can hear Sue now. The speaker's
working.
on.
Go ahead, Sue.
I'm not going to try singing because you're going to turn me off. Anyway.
I wouldn't do that.
Oh, of course. Thank you. No, when you were talking about tracking and yeah, you know, you go a couple of days and then you go, oh geez, you know, whatever. What I started doing with a friend of mine is I actually send her my tracker every night. So it's a duty that I have, like it's a chore I have to do. And I don't call it a chore, but it's something, it's my accountability. And she does the same. So at the end of my day, I do it twice because she likes writing hers. So I actually have it on my app and I also have my journal. So every day I write everything down and then I send it to her and it keeps me accountable. So, I mean, just an idea for other people that, you know.
One thing that we did back in the day that used to help us, and we stopped doing it because there was some negativity that came up from it. We used to share our trackers daily in the group. We used to say, this is our tracker today. This is all the points. And some negativity came out of it and we stopped doing it because of the negativity. We could do that again to help us refocus. Maybe not this week, but maybe we come back from his mom's. The Monday after we come back from his mom's, we can set ourselves a full week of we'll be accountable. We'll put our trackers from August 1st to August 7th in the group, post it at night, and then you guys can post yours if you want. We can maybe do something like that again to help us refocus again. Because it did work for us. When we were really posting our trackers, we were really diligent because we knew everybody was going to watch us and see what we were eating. So it made us an incentive to actually post it. And if others want to do it with us, we can do it as a whole thing for a week.
Yeah,
it's actually our coach that had started doing that when we were in studio. And, you know, because a lot of people were struggling. And she says, you know what? She says, and she was honest. She says, me and one of the members here, they've been friends for years. She says, we've been doing this for a while. And she says, we don't judge. She says, if you decided to have a 40-point day, you know, she says, there's no judging, but it's an accountability. This is what I ate. And it also, when you look at the other person's,
what gives you ideas?
Sometimes you get ideas because, I mean, you get tired of trying to figure out what to cook for dinner. I mean, I know I do. So
well, that's the problem is we're so bulk trackers, you know, so it would be hard for anybody to understand what we had for dinner because it would be dinner 5 points. See?
Oh, okay. Like I will do that every once in a while. Like, I mean, you know, if I'm putting a pizza together, I'm not going to start writing. So I just write. So what I did in the app is I built my own recipe with my pizza. So of course, you know, you put the two ingredient dough, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then I just went my pizza.
Yeah.
So when I'm tracking my pizza, I just click on that and there it is. So that's another way to keep it going, that it's a lot easier than having to write it down every day. So
yeah. And that's the thing, like for us, I think it's just
I was a great tracker.
Yeah, we were. Yeah. We. It's funny, guys, is that we've seen other few habits disappear on us recently. We used to brush our teeth every night before bed for the longest time, and then recently we started doing it back in the morning a lot.
Instead.
And it's like, again, it's another habit we had developed, and now that's one slipping. Our sleep started slipping, and I think that's what happened. Our sleep is awful right now.
Awful right now.
And we know we've come to realize what it is. It's summer.
Yeah.
It's dark so late that by the time it gets dark, I'm like, I'm not ready to go to bed. It just went dark, and so I think that's what's affecting our sleep a lot. And what's happening though is it's having twofold. Well, we're going to bed late, then we're waking up later.
And I also think it has to do with not seeing people. Yeah. It's us being home, just the two of us all the time. So we end up having, this is what happens. We end up having longer, like, chit chats with our moms, longer chit chats with a friend or two, and then we finally turn it off and we're like, well, we didn't get to watch any TV today. Let's
relax or unwind,
or let's unwind and watch an episode of something. And then one episode ends up being 3 episodes, which ends up being 6 episodes.
It was 1 a.m. one night this week. Like that's how late we stayed up, which never happens on a weekday where we stayed up till 1.
We could not go to, like, both of us.
It was after our first step class on Thursday. That's why we were too wired from the class.
The last year has done a lot on a lot. I mean, I know it's done a lot to me. I mean, I gained over 20 pounds. I lost 5 of it, so I'm on my way back.
That's awesome.
But but I mean, but you have to, at the end of the day, I had to be kind to myself, but now I have to be kind again. Okay. Cause I have to think about my health. Forget about the weight. I have to think about my health. So
Definitely.
And I love what Patricia just posted in the chat. She said pillars all work together, and it's so true. Every single one of these pillars are intertwined with each other.
They are.
And it's funny because our mindset pillar, we're still on a good mindset. We're not like in a down mindset of any kind.
Like I literally put on this clothes today, and the fact that I'm wearing my size 32 shorts, I feel like $1 million right now. I feel great. I feel like I can strut my stuff, and I'm good. But the thing is that I still get those moments where I call myself that F word, and it's, you know what I mean? We're so used, I think all of us in this Zoom tonight, watching on YouTube, on Facebook, we've all called ourselves fat at one point in our lives. And it's very hard to remove that word from yourself when you're feeling you're feeling a little bit plump today. So the first word that comes out is that F word. And I hate saying it, but that I still have that mentality, and I think a lot of us still suffer with that dysmorphia. We think we're gaining 10 pounds that we look like we used to. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's the mentality. We gain 5 pounds, we're like, oh my God, it's the end of the world. It's not. That 20 pounds, Sue, is not the end of the world. You will figure out.
And I know that. And when I start feeling like that, I have a lot of pictures when I was like overweight. And I look at those and I'm like, okay, you're definitely not there. So like, it makes me feel better that at least the work I did hasn't been all kiboshed back. So
it'll never be kiboshed. Yeah. Because every step of the journey, even what we've done and us gaining all the way back, we're stepping stones to understand what we
brought us to where we are today.
Exactly.
All of those steps brought us here no matter what. So even if you've done this 6 times and every time you've regained 120 pounds, and you're doing it for the 6th time now, you've learned something at each time that it's gotten you today that might change your current journey this time. And you can't forget that. You can't forget that every iteration you go through will bring you new lessons and new things to learn to help you throughout your life.
Because your life isn't the same as it was the last time you did this.
No,
it never is, right? It never is. It never is. So.
Anyway, thanks, guys.
Thanks for sharing, Sue.
Hi,
Rosie.
So I have a couple of things. So first thing I wanted to say, which was what you guys were talking about before, is about self-love. And one of the things that I've been saying for quite a while, and many people here will have heard me say it in various ways, is you have to love yourself where you are at this very specific moment. Because if you don't love yourself right now, you're not going to love yourself when you get to whatever this magical number on a scale is going to be. You have to just love yourself.
It's not even just a scale, right, Rosie? Like, it's not even just a scale. It's also body dysmorphia. Because we all want that petite model body when we get to our weight loss. And then we get there. Yeah, go ahead.
Absolutely. I was going to say, absolutely. I agree with you on that. Then the other thing I wanted to say was that as I've talked about my journey, especially over the past year and a half, where I was quote unquote doing everything right and my body decided it was just going to do what it was going to do. And it's because it's probably due to physical stress, brain stress, emotional stress. We all go through those things. And you've got to remember that for some of us, that's how our bodies will react to those things. But one of the things I said to myself was, it doesn't matter. And it took a while to sink in. It doesn't matter if I'm not, it doesn't matter that even if I gained 15 pounds over that period of COVID for a while, it's okay because I'm not where I was when I walked through that door.
Exactly.
And that I understand that I am doing the right things. And just because some stupid number on a scale isn't agreeing with you, doesn't mean you're worthless. It doesn't mean you're not working hard enough, and that you are, and doesn't reflect who you are as a human being. It's like marks in school.
Yeah.
Marks in school don't reflect your real intelligence. It's testing you on something.
Yeah.
Definitely. I agree with that. I completely agree with that, because guess what? There are so many things in the world, that cannot be taught in a school setting, and so many things that need to be taught in a school setting. And it doesn't matter where you are in your life. You can always learn new things, but we all learn things differently.
Yeah.
We all learn things differently.
And it's so funny because when I met Jean-Luc, and I'll relate a story. Jean-Luc, when we first met
afraid.
me, I went to University of Waterloo. My background is mathematics, so I'm a math major. So I have math in
I
my
hate
head.
math.
I have numbers. I'm good with numbers. If he tells me what's this times this, I can usually figure out pretty quickly addition and all that. He's not like that. So when he met me, he always says, "Oh, I'm not as smart as you. Like, my God, you're a genius. I can never be as smart as you." And I'm like, "Yes, but you're a sign language interpreter. You take someone who's signing in front of you, you're translating in your head, and you figure out how to say it in English because they're two separate languages. I can't do that. So why are you evaluating my mathematical intelligence?"
Okay,
above-
fine. I'm smarter
Thank
than
you. Thank you. Finally, after 10 years.
You know what? I'm smarter than both of you.
And you know what, though? I think it's so funny that you say that because we're all smart people.
Mhm.
We're all people of knowledge, but everyone's knowledge is different.
We're just compared to each other.
Yeah.
We all do. I mean, that's the other thing with the worries when you talked about, talking about sharing your journals. I mean, you guys of all people get this is, what do you eat? What do you do? As if what you do is going to work for every single one of us. We're all different. Just like I know Arlene has had great success, for example, over COVID, whereas I was struggling for so long.
Yeah.
But because there's something about the situation that for Arlene, it worked. For me, my body, it didn't.
Yep.
That doesn't mean that I'm less deserving or any of that.
No,
crap.
exactly.
It's all about just everybody's just so vastly different that we can't, comparing and saying, oh, well, I haven't reached goal yet,
Well, and honestly, how boring would our world be if
We're
we
all
were
the
all
same.
the same?
First of all, too many of me, I would like, please, like, shut him up already. Right? He wants to say it all the time now, apparently. 'cause
Never. But it's those things that we have to realize that we're all so different, and it's what's
Unique. That's
yes,
what Sergio
we're
just said.
all
Unique.
Thank you. That is the perfect word. Unique. We are all so unique, and we sometimes, as much as we're all human and we all have the same corporal being,
Yeah, we're all shaped. We're
right?
all built from the
We
same
all have-
kind
yeah.
of genes and blood, and we all have a heart.
Yes.
We all have a lungs.
and brain, and
We're all very similar, built,
but
similarly
yet we're
built.
so different.
Yeah.
We are so different, and it's okay to be different, and we're all going to do things differently.
Celebrate your differences.
Celebrate your differences.
That you're different.
Yes.
I celebrated it my whole life, so there's no reason why I should stop now.
I haven't. I just started recently, the last 3 years, celebrating my uniqueness. So you know what I mean? Like, that's the thing.
Yeah.
You have to celebrate who you are. It's part of being who you are. I won't lie. Being talkative like I am is something I used to sometimes stop because maybe I was too annoying. But that's who I am. I'm a talker. I talk a lot, and that's just the way I am. I'm sorry, honey. I'll go get a straw now.
I used to think I talked a lot.
Well, you do talk a lot, Jean-Luc.
Shut up, Rosie. I didn't ask for your comment. I love you.
Hi, Kim.
Hi, Kim.
Hi. I just wanted to comment about you guys talking about how your journey, you ended up having to analyze and figure out, where your weak areas are and work through that. And I have to admit that that's one thing that made me do it. The same thing, because I ended up analyzing it. You guys all know, because I'm a migrainer. I find that for me, spring, summer are my worst times because of my migraines. That's with the allergies and everything like that. And that's where my weight loss journey gets really affected in that way. But it's also, I've been able to now work on the smaller, like I broke down my journey into smaller portions so that I was able to figure out that, the first thing was, and I'll use Patricia's saying, the metal monster doesn't matter. It's just a tool. So, and that was like the first one. And then I started with my mantra of, I don't drink, I don't smoke, and I don't eat sweets. So I haven't been eating sweets. So
Wow.
breaking it down into smaller groups has really helped. And it's not giving up. So it's just been so great in that sense. And I know that, okay, I'm nowhere near my goal, but I'm finally figuring this out, and I'm going to be successful, and I'm going to take it off completely, and I won't gain it back, because before I would, it was always, okay, we're going to work on the scale, and then I would gain it all back because it was so scale oriented.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And it's so funny because yes, that's exactly us. The scale would always destroy our mindset.
That's why
Like,
we don't fear it anymore.
That's why we don't fear it. That's why we weigh in live every week. That's why we always try to just brush it off, because when we weren't brushing it off, it killed us. Like, we've explained how it, like, you guys don't understand because you guys see us now. If you would have seen us weigh in back in the day when we did not, people who used to be in the Brampton studio, if any of you guys are watching today and you used to remember Jean-Luc and Nick weighing in, you would see the weeks that Jean-Luc and Nick
Good
did well.
week, both of us. Bad week.
No talking. Sat in our seats and not talk. Week that he did well, I didn't do well. No talking. He'd be like, blah, blah, blah. I'd be like, can we go yet? I don't wanna
No,
be here.
I'd sit beside him going, I want to say something, but I can't. I feel bad. And I would feel bad for my success
because I didn't do well
because
that week.
he didn't do well.
And the scale ruled everything. We didn't eat Friday nights. We skipped every meal from Friday nights. We didn't have snacks till our weigh-in after the gym on Saturdays because we knew we had to work out and lose more weight to get to our weigh-in to lose as much as possible and then start eating and drinking water. That's the mentality we used to have. We don't have the mentality anymore. We eat and drink. If we gain weight, it's okay. That food in us will leave eventually and it will disappear on the scale at point. And we don't longer drive our lives by our weigh-in time, our weigh-in date.
Yeah.
And like,
And I just,
in the closet.
I just love that Rosie's journey in the fact that, you know, for all that time she spent where she was gaining and, you know, not losing very often and having all that problem, but she didn't, you know, the scale wasn't predicting her. Like she didn't really care about the scale in that sense. Like she just kept doing her thing and she knew that it would come off. Like Rosie, I admire you so much for that.
It's the lesson. I think if we can impart one lesson to everyone watching us today or who follow us, try to find a way to eliminate the scale as being your only measurement of success.
Your first measurement of success should be in how much you love yourself.
Yeah.
Yep.
That should be your first measurement of success.
And how much water you're drinking.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kim. And like we said, it's not about the number today. It's not about the number next week. It's about what you're doing as much as you can every single day. And that's the key to...
If you're at a number, if you're happy right now and you're enjoying your life and you're making healthy choices, more power to you.
Yeah. No one else can judge you on your journey or what you decide to make your journey be like. Like, I love one thing that a lot of people do out there. Like, I've read a lot of posts, people embrace, you know, avocado because they love avocado and it's a healthy fat. Other people don't eat it because they don't points.
Some people are like that. I don't eat avocado. There's points in it.
Again, it's applying what you want to do on your journey. It's applying what you enjoy doing. It's about finding your formula, your mathematical equation that'll be equal X plus Y times Z divided by W.
And I want to say something though, because Sarah's like, well, some of us want lifetime goal. And if that's what you want, Sarah, we're saying you need to do what you need to do. Don't let anybody else tell you what you're doing as well.
And remember that your lifetime goal can be changed, right? It's not something that has to stay what they're giving you. The lifetime goal at WW is BMI based. If you go see your doctor and your doctor says, you've lost enough weight, you look amazing at this weight, you're 10 pounds above what WW wants you, your doctor will give you a note and say, this weight works for this person, signed it, you send it to WW, they will change your goal weight. I did that. My goal weight used to be 164. I will never do that and sustain it. I changed mine to 170, and I'm still not at it right now. I'm 10 above, but I'm not stopping. I'm continuing.
But my thought process, too, is my body's going to change in the next 5 years again. Am I going to be able to maintain my 174 that I was able to maintain 5 years ago? Maybe not. So I might even have to reconsider what my goal weight is, because it is smart on my part to actually think, how am I changing and how am I evolving? Am I going to try to force myself to do something and never be able to keep it? Or do I look back and say, I am just as happy 5 pounds heavier and still be at a healthy weight and make healthy, good choices, right? Oh, I love this conversation. And I know Jose is here
Hi,
waiting in the wings going, let me talk, boys, let me talk.
Hey, well, I wanted to say thank you to Rosie. I listen to Rosie almost every day when she does her, I don't know how to say it, when she does her reflections.
Her little
And
reflection, yep.
I don't do 1/8 of the reflection that Rosie can do. And sometimes I'm going, where does she get all this reflection from? Like, where does all this thinking come from? Where does she get it from? And, I wonder a lot of times when she's finished, I'm sitting there and I'm going, where the hell does it come from? All this thinking, but she gets me thinking a lot of times, I'll sit there and I'm going, yeah, for some reason that makes a lot of sense to me, or I wish I could think just a little bit like she does, So she came on and I said, oh, this is my time to go and say, thanks, Rosie, for all that.
Rosie, you have to
thinking.
unmute yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I was trying to
Rosie.
find something. I don't know where it comes from either, to be honest with you. It just sort of comes out of my mouth most of the time. And sorry, people are messaging me. We are aware of what was happening.
Yes.
I just want to state that.
We've already removed that
person
person from the room.
Yeah, we removed
so I
them.
don't need to keep, we don't need, appreciate everybody telling me that. We were working on it. That's why I'm a little slow right now. But no, I don't know how it happens. It just does.
Jose, I want you to think something though, and I'm gonna. Maybe you do have those thoughts. You just don't know how to express them.
Yeah.
You just.
I think that's what I hear from a lot of people.
The way Rosie does. Rosie is
no comparison.
No. I think that everybody has these thoughts in them. I think that I just happen to be able to say things that people can hear that they're thinking. I often, when I post things, people go, I was just thinking about that. So, and I think it just happens that I'm comfortable enough within this context of sharing. And I wasn't always that way. I find it a safe space. I don't do this with my friends. My friends don't see these videos on my regular Facebook feed. This is only for you guys and for here, because it's all people who can relate. They're people who I hope that maybe something I say resonates. And like I said, sometimes I have no clue. Most of the time, I have no clue what I'm going to say until it just starts sort of spilling out of this.
Also, Rosie, you also have a mindset of you will dance to your own beat, and you don't care what
other people
say.
think.
And that's
I really do. I've always been a quote unquote weirdo, unusual person. And I've taught, this whole idea of, I go for walks and I talk to myself, and sometimes I film it, as you guys see.
Yep.
I talk to myself every time I'm out. I work through things all the time, and I've done it since I was a little kid. The advantage is now it seems a little less weird because everybody thinks you're talking to someone on a phone.
Yeah, true.
The one thing that Sergio said in chat, Jose, and I really think just so you don't miss it, is we all have a superpower. You just need to find what makes you smile. So maybe there's a superpower that you have that you just haven't tapped into yet.
Don't get me wrong. Right now, I have superpowers.
See?
Thank you.
Love it.
Merci beaucoup.
I have a lot
Super
of
Jose.
superpowers right now.
And I know exactly what you're talking about, Jose.
And my superpower.
Aww.
He is right here.
He's right there.
So I have
Lovely.
superpowers. So
You do have superpowers, Jose. What
And
you're doing
is amazing.
What you are doing daily is a superpower.
that I know, but I'm just not overanalyzing. I think I'm just dealing.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
I'm dealing every minute right now. And he's sitting with me on the balcony tonight. And
Yay.
he's listening to you guys.
Oh, I love it.
I love it. I'm
Oh.
hoping he's having a great evening. And
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
And I want to tell him that you love Jose loves you, and we love that she gushes about you all the time. We've known Jose for a while, and she totally adores you. And we're just sending you, all of us in Zoom right now, on YouTube, on Facebook, we're sending you lots of love and lots of healing thoughts. We're just sending it all right now. There's lots of hearts going on right now in Zoom, all for you guys.
He comes with little comments every once in a while. What are they saying? What?
I love it. Love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you for
Jose.
being there, and I'm happy to be with you again tonight.
Merci,
Thanks,
Jose.
Jose.
Thanks, Rosie. Bye.
Hi, Michelle.
Hi, Michelle.
Jose.
I look forward every Sunday to be with you guys. I told my mom about you guys that every Sunday I'm doing this Weight Watchers thing, and she's like, amazing.
Oh, thank you, Michelle.
Yeah. So this week has been okay. Yesterday I had pizza. My mom bought pizza, but we just bought plain pizza, and then she adds stuff on it.
That's smart. That's smart.
What was it? Mushrooms, green pepper, and tomatoes.
That's awesome. That's a good idea. We always bulk up meals we get at the store.
definitely.
We buy Swiss Chalet and we'll make our own veggies.
We don't take their veggies. We cook our own at home.
Yeah, we do that all the time.
And not only that, sometimes the veggies at home are always better.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how many times I go to a restaurant and go, "Oh, this is mush."
Yeah.
You know, or
Yeah,
by the time it gets delivered, it looks like because it's been in a container. You know,
a little too steamed.
And the only thing I really have to work on is my self-confidence, which is, I don't have the greatest self-confidence in myself.
So, and it starts by loving yourself.
Yeah, it starts by loving yourself, Michelle. And I think the one thing I want to make sure to emphasize, everyone, self-confidence is something you have to work on, just like you would work on muscle building. You know, working on your running ability. Self-confidence is something you have to actively try every day to talk to yourself and to pump yourself
I
up.
try not to call myself the F word.
Yeah. I know. Every time I say it this week, he's like, "Come on, Nick."
No, you use the word friendly,
Yes, fun,
fabulous,
fun,
flawsome, because we are all
and flamboyant.
flawsome.
Flamboyant.
Can I ask you guys the questions? What do you think about, like, I eat nuts every, like, mixed trail about every other day, not every day. Is that a healthy choice or not? Some people telling me yes, some people telling me no.
You know
So I'm
what?
just
It's
wondering.
again, you have to consider how much you're eating of it as well,
Yeah.
right? Are you eating a healthy portion? Because mixed nuts are very healthy for you.
Yeah.
But are you? Is it a salt?
I ate it in this. I'll just show you, like, not full, but like in a plate like this.
I think you really have to consider the portion size that you're eating, how often you're eating it. Are they salted nuts? Are they plain nuts? Are they dry roasted? Are they candy coated?
We don't tend to eat nuts much ourselves. Like, we don't. It's not something that we have regularly, but we
enjoy them.
We enjoy them. It's
as a treat.
It's a treat when we have it. So if we were to have it during the week, it'd be one time. We wouldn't have it multiple times. But that's what we do. Again, it's by finding what if for you, maybe having a crunchy snack like a pop chip might not be something you need nightly.
But
you're okay with your nuts.
You want almonds.
But
or
we want pop chips every night, not nuts. So we've chosen our snack of weapon of choice for snacking. So if your snack choice is mixed nuts, then go for it.
Yep.
It's finding what works for you. No one can tell you what's right or wrong. I hate, one thing that we both despise is when someone posts a recipe and then below someone says, "Oh, well, you shouldn't be using that." You don't want to use that. You, as your person looking at this recipe, you don't want to use that. Do not attack somebody else for their own recipes or their own choices. They've decided to do this. You can educate and say, "I wouldn't use this because..."
Nope, not even.
Yeah.
I love what people do. Our group is amazing. Our group is absolutely amazing. And I hope she does not mind me saying this, but I posted my Benego recipe. Okay, we use 0. We use the sweeteners, the syrups. We do use them. We always have. Arlene approached me and sent me a message saying, "Hey, do you think I could not? I don't use those syrups. It's not something that I use, but I love this recipe." And she just asked, do you think I could switch this out and it would still work? And that is a way of asking that instead of saying I don't eat that. Don't use that. No, don't ever judge someone on the choices. They're making a choice for them because it works for them. And I love when somebody else can say, I don't do that, but I still want to try this recipe.
Or we have people
And-
walk up to us and ask us, I
Yeah.
want to freeze the two ingredient.
That's another thing. The doctor told me to have 2 pieces of dark chocolate every day. She said it's very healthy.
My mom does the same thing. My mom loves dark chocolate, and so does he. I don't eat any
I
of it.
love
though.
dark chocolate. Oh, love it.
Thank you so much, Michelle. Glad chatting with you again this week. And we have, it is 7:51,
Yeah,
so
we
we
have
will, Michelle and Devin, please keep your hands up. We'll come right to you guys right after we end the Zoom. We're staying a little after tonight. We're not going to end like last week. Last week we were tired. This week we're a little awake. We did have a few more things we wanted to touch upon before we end the show today.
Yeah, we didn't even tell you. Well, yeah.
So 2 things. We actually created, so our body step classes are now on Thursday nights at 6:30 p.m. So if anybody wants to join a class and try it out, you can still join for free for your first try. But we created ourselves cheat sheet boards.
We finally have better
Okay.
cheat sheet boards. that we
Volume
can-
2?
We might make less mistakes
Yeah,
now.
less mistakes. So because we had a lot of mistakes this
It was
week on
crazy.
Thursday. It was
It was
crazy.
crazy.
At one point, we both looked at ourselves going, what's next? Like, literally, we're in class, we're like, what's next? So the reason we want to bring this up is we didn't drive to buy these.
We walked.
We walked.
It was a 7-kilometer we walked.
We walked to get
We did
these.
the step class on Saturday morning, and then we walked to 7 kilometers to go get them.
And why are we sharing this? Because today we had an aha moment again about how our lives have changed. Today we actually saw people today.
We saw people. Some of you know these people.
Yes, we actually went
So,
to Stouffville today.
We went to Stouffville today, and we did our a body step class in Stouffville.
studio.
In studio, which is so much fun. We love being in studio with Antonetta. And then we were invited to a small gathering from Sarah MJ from Amherstburg. She was
Her
surprising
daughters.
her 2 daughters who are love Antonetta, who have been part of the Zoom in a body with
They
Antonetta.
call it the party girls.
They're the party girls. They have the light, and so they requested to meet us.
Us.
The 2 girls requested to meet us, and they had a few people that they'd been wanting to meet, and so we met up at this farm. It was actually a day camp, and it's amazing. There was horses and animals.
There's
and
little
piggies
and bunnies.
and I got to carry a bunny.
And I'm
it
gonna
was
go back and we're gonna ride
We're
horses.
gonna actually go horseback. We're gonna take horseback riding lessons.
Yeah.
So it's so funny that those are things we never would have done before. Those are things we never would have even thought before.
We used to be people who used to wake up, sit down on the couch, and do that all day.
All day.
Nonstop. And that's all we did. Now, yesterday, Saturday, not only did we do a step class, we then walked 7 kilometers to buy boards to do scrapbooking with. Today, we stood on all day. We've actually been standing almost the entire day today. We have not sat down much.
They told us to bring chairs, and I brought them just because it's a habit. But
they
other
sat
people
there.
sat in them, I think, because I
we
didn't sit in
them.
it.
But why we're sharing this is today we had the realization that our lives are so active now, but not just active by going to a gym or doing an exercise class. We are active in our lives.
Just by moving.
Our lives are active. How many of you in chat, and I want to see hands or waves go up or hearts go up, or in chat on Facebook
Put a
and
heart
YouTube.
for love.
Put a heart for love. Who used to drive to the store, park, and then the store was 3 doors down, you got back into your car, drove to the store 3 doors down. I'll put a heart for us too, because we did that
there should be
all
2
the
hearts
time.
for that.
Okay, so who did that? I want to see the hearts come
Oh,
up.
yeah.
We do not do that at all anymore. We've become so accustomed to parking far and walking everywhere that it's now become a habit. See how that's changed? That's one small step that's changed in our lives. So make sure you realize those small changes you're doing. And that's why that's the ha-ha moment we had this weekend, is the fact that, I might feel a little fluffy, as the people have been sharing in chat.
That's a better F word.
I've been a little fluffy this week.
Floof.
But I'm still fitting in my size 32 pants.
You're my floof ball.
I'm still fitting in my size 32. I'm still active. I'm still eating healthy meals as much as I can. We're having pizza tonight. We're being honest. But it's over there. I had 1 slice. But that's what we're doing. And we don't like not telling you guys the truth. We like being honest in our lives. This is what we do. We make it balance. We make it work because that's what life is. It's about balancing it all. There's no way you can be perfect every single day. Other thing we wanted to touch upon is we got haircuts.
Thank you,
guys know
Susan.
this. Thank you, Susan. She came to our condo on Saturday. We went live in our Facebook group to show you guys how we're cutting our hair. We did it on the balcony, and I love my haircut. Thank you,
Me
Susan.
too. I
think
love
she's
it.
here tonight, so thank you again
love
for cutting our hair. Next week we have
Our very special guest host,
Rennie!
Woo-hoo! His video came out yesterday, so if you haven't watched it, go watch it.
We've
It
heard a
was-
few people say they cried.
Yeah.
I
he's-
actually, when watching it, it was very touching for us. It was a very heartwarming interview for us. It was very they all are. Like, I'll be honest. Like,
Every single interview we've had has just been amazing. And
We
they
always-
just seem to be they get better and better. Like, and it's not like they're comparable because
No.
you can't compare any one of
but we
them.
always walk out of them. We end Zoom and end recording. We're like, wow, that was really good.
Yeah.
Like, wow. And I know there's other people that have sent us email.
Yes.
Maureen sent us an email. Michelle has sent us an
We
email
have not
about
forgotten you.
You're-
This
you're
is
all
something
still-
that's on the list.
on the list. We're not filming any interviews till the fall right now. We're actually taking a break from filming, so we'll be doing that in the fall. So if you haven't seen Rennie's video of his interview, please go on YouTube. It's on there. Just look for his name, Rennie.
And join us
R-E-N-N-Y.
next Sunday for the live.
Yeah.
And then we also, what else are we going to say?
So our Body Step Volume 2 continues this Thursday.
Yep, Thursday the 29th at 6:30, and then also on Saturday at 10 a.m. and Sunday at 1 o'clock. At
At
1 o'clock at noon. I was looking at
August
August
1st
1st
at noon.
So at noon on Sunday.
So on August 7th, which is a Saturday, we will be doing a special live YouTube episode all the way from Stouffville. Paula, the coach from Stouffville, will be interviewing us live, doing 21 questions, part 3. If you can't watch us live, no worry, there won't be a Zoom room that day.
There's
It's
no
just
Zoom,
on
yeah.
YouTube. If you can't watch us live, it is recorded, so you can watch it later. So a lot of people have been asking us, I can't be there at 4. Will I miss it? You'll miss it, but you'll be able to watch it later. So you won't miss the fun. We're posting links in our group and on our pages so you guys can catch up later.
Definitely. And Paula's already prepared 70 questions. We're like, we said 21.
Yeah. Another announcement that we want to share with everyone, we actually have talked to Antonetta. We will not be doing a Power 3 retreat this fall. We've come to realize with the body work that we're doing a lot of stuff in the fall. We just don't have the time to put this together in the summer. So we've decided to delay it till next year, where we apologize. It just wouldn't work out with everything happening, and we're just worried about, getting it done.
And overwhelming ourselves,
Yeah.
right? We have to make sure that we're being smart.
We're trying to be
about
smart.
everything.
We don't want to. Yes, Lynn, you guys can take the weekend back. We apologize. That's why we're telling you guys now. We talked to Antonetta today. We had a meeting about it, and we decided to just give you back the weekend, and we'll figure out in 2022 we'll do
Yes.
some more virtual, some more Power 3 retreats. What's the Tip comes out on
Yes.
August 7th.
Which is an awesome What's the Tip? I loved it. I just captioned this video as well, and it's on our 80-20 rule, and it made me realize, it's making me think of a lot of things again, because we've talked about our 80-20 quite often. We even mention it in some of our posts, and so we thought it would be a great idea to actually explain it again, but have an actual video explaining what 80-20 means to us.
Exactly. So on Facebook right now, a lot of people are asking about Zoom. I'll message you guys after the live show to tell you guys how you join Zoom next week, okay? So I'll make sure to do that. We also have another Have You Met coming out August 14th with Arlene, which Jean-Luc is captioning right now. So he's having a lot of fun with that one. It's another amazing interview. You guys will love it, especially because it's so I felt like, I won't lie, and I'll be all the time, I felt like I was watching a lecture. Arlene, it feels like a really you're engrossed in a very thought-provoking lecture. So I
really
enjoyed
put
it.
a lot of thought in every single answer, and it's like I'm still going, wow.
It was amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah.
So we can't wait for you guys to see that on August 14th.
Always a teacher. Yes, so true. Always a teacher.
Arlene will be our special guest on our Beachside chat on August 22nd. We also have some new stuff coming out.
We have
our favorite things.
Our favorite things video coming out on Knorr concentrated broths. They have new flavors.
Thai.
And I'll be honest, they used to be called Brofidin and they're not anymore.
They're
it's
called
Knorr.
Yeah.
And they have a chicken, a vegetable, a beef, but they also now have a Thai,
Moroccan,
a Moroccan, and an Indian flavored. And
we had rice with one last night. Which one was it?
I did the Moroccan.
It
The
was so
Moroccan, I
good.
think, out of all of them, it has that smell. Although I put the Indian one in my buttered chicken, and
it
it's
was really
delicious too.
They're really good. So if you
they're all
haven't seen
good.
them,
They're all good.
go try them. And then we have a new recipe coming out, and I know we're telling you guys ahead of time. August 28th, it'll be our meatball sub recipe is coming out August 28th.
The bun is 2 ingredients.
Guys, we are doing stuff like we are like an well-oiled machine now. Back in the day, we had a video, we couldn't figure out what's coming out. Now we know exactly what's coming out till September, middle of September right now. So we have you guys ready with programming and videos and recipes, lots of stuff coming up, and our challenges are continuing.
Yes, the challenges
So
for
must you track. So the challenge was it? What was it again? Must. It's
I
must.
can't remember anymore.
I will
have to
pull
write
up
it
our
down.
group.
I can't remember it anymore.
Must. Does anybody remember what our tracking challenge is this month in our group? Must you track or track is
Tracking is Agmas.
Tracking is must.
That's what I was like. There, I was like, Agmas at the beginning. What?
Yeah, so tracking is must. So for those of you who don't know, our Facebook group has a bunch of challenges. We have tracking challenges, daily tracking challenges, which
How ironic is that tracking is Agmust and
We don't-
we're having trouble
I know.
with tracking.
I know. Highness.
This was not planned,
No.
people.
That's why I said August 1st. We can join in because it's all kind of works
I
out.
should have changed that one.
So tracking is must. We have
Just joking.
we have daily polls where you guys can check off. I track lunch, breakfast, dinner. There's some mindset pieces. There's some picture sharing. There's also Fitbit challenges, Apple Watch challenges, Samsung, Garmin, and that's it. No, there's another one. No, that's it. All five.
All
Fitbit,
five.
yeah, all five. So if you guys want to join, just look for a Facebook group, Wellness Warriors VI Peeps, and you'll be able to join that with us. And so that's basically our show tonight.
That's the show tonight, guys. Thanks again for spending your Sunday evening with us. We love you all. Have a great week. Don't forget, you can find our Facebook group, The Wellness Warrior, Jean-Luc and Nick, The Wellness Warrior Peeps, our Facebook group, Jean-Luc and Nick. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, all of the above at the WW Gaze.
You can visit our website, jeanlucandnick.com. Also find our recipes at jeanlucandnick.com/recipes. You can also send us mail. Jean-Luc loves getting letters, so it doesn't have to be just write him a note. Just say you are beautiful, and then he'll be like, oh my God, someone said I'm beautiful.
And if you do send me like a puzzle of some kind, please make sure I get it. I guess I'm not that smart.
So our PO box is 91152 Bayview Village,
Smarter than Nick. I found that out tonight.
Willowdale, Ontario, M2K2Y6, or you can send us an email at www.gays@gmail.com. Thank you so much for joining us. We love having you guys. We will be back next Sunday at 7 p.m. every week, 7 p.m. Join us on Zoom, YouTube, and Facebook. Have a great week.
I'm dancing before the music even starts.